Saul's Galactic Update. Check this shit out, okay? Now, the 1983 State of Virginia Farmers Union versus State of Virginia, Steve Scalise was the deciding factor. Okay? He was shot shortly after that. Alright. Then Reagan came out, 1983 speech, addressed the United Nations and the American people about having to come together under one common accord because we're fighting a war against an unseen enemy. Hello, that unseen enemy is walking under your feet. That's the Nephilim. Understand, in the final days of Genesis, chapter 3 through chapter 6, it states, there will come a time that beings walk amongst you in the flesh that are not of you. Use your spirit of discernment. And the subtext, it's attached to the book of Leviticus. And it states, there will come a time that the children of the fallen angel Nephilim, seraphim watchers of Adam and Eve, will war against the original children of the mother, the lineage of mankind, the children of God. That's what's going on right now. Human being means conglomeration of species known as monster. Human being was made in the image of man to blaspheme God, because man was made in the image of God. If you haven't figured that shit out yet, you're a fucking idiot. Then all of you morons out here running around talking about 1,000 years of peace, abundance on earth. Number one, you obviously haven't read your Bible. If you were into the scriptures as you say you are, and you follow God's words, you would understand that in the final days, God anoints Satan to remove Lucifer and Legion from this earth realm. And once that happens, Satan gets to walk the earth and have the earth for himself for 1,000 years. Do you not understand? God tested Satan. God told Satan, if the heavens can ever be measured, and the depths of the earth below can ever be measured, and you can measure them in their entirety, the earth and the universe become yours. Why do you think the Vatican is pushing so hard? Go look at Jewish gematria, okay? If you look up certain Jewish gematria channels, it talks about gematria, Jewish blah, 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 22. 22 is a representation of the 22 members of the council that met at Mount Hermon, a.k.a. Paramount Mountain. That's why there's 22 stars around the mountain, okay? The 22 angels that were left, that were the heads of all the other angels that fell. 200 angels fell. A third of the angels, which means there was only 600 angels in heaven, okay? You have seraphim, you have all that. Do you not understand what this shit is? Do you not see what's going on all around you? Do you not understand that when Trump said Sheeple, China virus, China, Ukraine, Sheeple, China, Ukraine, the Sheeple will think it's China. COVID-19 means surrender earth sheep. 19 is a universal transponder for surrender on all military comms channels. Anybody that's in the military can tell you that. It's also being covered up that 19 channel on the Citizen Band radio is actually the channel that they use to communicate on. And it's funny. Channel 19 all these years used to be a very heavily trafficked channel on the Citizen Band handheld radio system. Now you can barely get people to respond on that channel. I wonder why. Anyway, next, you have members of government committing treason since 2016 when they signed and swore an oath to uphold and protect the Constitution, but yet these people can't uphold something that is non-existent in their abilities, okay? The Treasury, the Federal Bank, the IRS, the CIA, the FBI, they were all deemed rogue operating entities in 1983. That's per a Supreme Court ruling. If you can't find it on the internet, it's because they scrubbed it. You need to go to a local law library and get the books out from the Supreme Court and read it in actual physical paperback and take photos and post it to social media. Okay? I'm giving you the tools you need to stand up and fight against your government. Trump derangement syndrome is called toxic encephalopathy. They've been dumping chemtrails on you for months, programming you to follow Trump. Do you not understand? I'm immune to the shit. Why? Because all of the plants that they're using to brainwash you are all growing wild in my garden and I handle it every day. I'm immune to this shit. Trump is a Palladian. He's an Aryan. Why do you think that he knows all? Because they're using technology against you. Because they're using CERN Hadron Collider. And they're changing the timeline because they're running from their judgment. Ask them what came through the portal for them in August of 2020 when they opened up the portal at CERN Hadron Collider. I know what came through that portal, and I watched Donald Trump's Secret Service and about 50 other elite run screaming out of the building along with scientists. They left one poor woman there at the console all by herself. I touched her face and told her that she needed to leave, and that if she didn't feel safe, their best bet was just to commit suicide and get it over with, because if she didn't, they were going to get her. So, it's funny. We rescued a bunch of people from Hadron Collider's Black Sun traditional event, where they opened up the portal every August. 3 years in a row now, we've stopped them doing what they're doing. You people have no clue who I am. You might want to look at the 1996 Arecibo humanoid crop circle face that showed up next to Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Hi, I'm Q. It's nice to meet you. Let's fucking go. It's time to flex on these Dracos. It's time to clean up this fucking mess running around the planet under the dome. They can't leave. They can only hide underground. And we have everything we need to dig them out of the holes they're hiding in. Let's fucking go, people. It's time to wake up. Stop being sheep. You're fucking surrounded by demons and fallen angels that don't have your best interest in mind. I know. You're talking to the angel of death. I'm the one that's pulling the plug on their whole operation. You have a good day. I am Lieutenant Commander Kamikaze, known as Q++. Stole the movement from Satan himself. I've been running everything behind the scenes all along. And this government's doing whatever it can to scramble the narrative and cover it up, because they've been looking for the Mac, because they already got the cheese. How about that, Don Juan Apollyon? How's that ear feeling?